Hello again, boys and girls. We're here in TopHat Temple of Tonology, here for another demo. Today we're doing the hot off the press here, just still breaking in. TopHat Emplexador Junior Custom 50, EL34s, and G12H Vintage 30. That's what we'll be listening to, our compact little baby 212 closeback. This, today we're going to also show is our latest and very wonderful Jazzavarius in 3-tone burst on an alder body. Of course it's nitro, nice checking on it, but otherwise a clean, not banged up body at all, but just some finish checking. Nice aged neck to match the body's colors. We have my friend Joshua from Righteous Sound Pickups given me a wonderful A3 P90 on this Jazzmaster bridge frame and a regular Jazzmaster neck. And this is an A5-3 mix, 5 on the big strings, 3 on the little strings, regular jazz circuit. This is running 500 Ks to keep it especially right for the P90. Graphtech with string saver saddles and rigidly mounted. This is a big deal to me that makes the Jazzmaster and the Jazz trem much more usable, stay in tune much better, especially with the Descendant bridge, which is a great improvement on the standard while looking effectively like a standard aluminum anodized guard. And a little bit of figure, slight sort of flaminess in this neck. And the upgraded tuners here on this one, the open back, which I like very much, the Godos. So we are gonna start off, let's see, on the cleaner side, and start plain and simple and clean. Switch that's latched onto the volume. Off in the middle is no bypass cap, American bright mild, and big British bright for the 69 and later Marshall effect. And then on the last gain stage that precedes the EQ, we have a fat off bright switch. Off in the middle there's nothing bright, just the upper end, a bit more Marshall lean, and the fat fold if you want to get all the way back to a bassman-y kind of thing, a tweed bassman. We can go fat on the switch and American bright. We're about 6 or 7 on the bass, 5-ish on the middle, and about 6 on the treble. This is a treble that ramps up a little quicker with 30% at halfway instead of 10%. They'll come on a little quicker. Suck out the middle a little more, and a little more presence is set on about 7 or so. this A3 P90 in the bridge. The previous one I did had a straight A5 in the neck and an Alnico 2 bridge. They were both great, but they were a little further apart. Still mixed well, but I thought this, making it 5/3 to tone it down a teeny bit on the little strings of the neck, and then opening it up with an A3 on the bridge helped it out, even it up between the two. Pretty even output, and they just go well together. In the middle, great note. Even in its cleaner mode here. Now the big British Bright is too much. You want to get up on the gain a little more. We're going to the regular big British Bright, about half on the volume, and we'll go half on the master. No fat off bright, still in the plexi mode here. It's very organic. It has a least string pull, which is also helpful to keep it breathing without getting stifled by the magnets. But when you turn them down, they stay big and strong. Well, sorry about that. I was thinking I was on the bridge. Yes, in that mode, that's Plexi with the big bright no fat. You can even get more aggressive adding the big fat boost on top of the big bypass, British bypass. Make it even more. Plexi there. And this baby, how about that though? The other thing I didn't mention is the thin line, which is very custom about this. Nicely chambered, very thin. They do a great job with the tummy cut of removing a lot of the material way up on both ends. Makes it beautifully light, 6 pounds, 10 ounces. This is an amazing, amazing guitar. I couldn't have been happier. Like I say, I think the choices I made on the pickups were good, and it did what I was looking to achieve there. An absolute beauty. We'll cool her down and go into the overdrive mode. Where again, I'm just about 5.5 on the gain and 5 on the master. Kind of 7, 5, 6, 7 on the EQ. Nothing on the switches at the moment. Doesn't matter where the volume is. This one is a diminishing return. As you're going up, it's having less and less effect, as bypass caps do on a volume knob. This one works throughout, and that's nice and helpful as well. Bypass plus this, your full gonzo, you're effectively like your full blast in the Get the time before she goes. Wanted to show our other new unique baby. This is a mahogany. It's under the Stratavarius line. What's unusual, we got a 24-inch scale Jaguar kind of neck, two P90s, raised center like a Firebird. Volume tone, 3 pickup wraparound, very nice bridge from Graphtech again with the string saver saddles. And so this is a very different baby here. Let's hear what we get with this one. This would be the most aggressive with the fat boost and the big British broad. This is a Antiquity Duncan, and I'm trying to remember what did I do here on this one. It's a different neck. I'd have to look that one up real quick, but a cleaner Alnico 2, and they're both Alnico 2, and this is a much outfit in the neck pickup. This is done in low 7s. You can even go to 6.5 on a P90 neck. Got a matching cover here, which is very nice. This is solid. This one is also, I believe, under 7 pounds. I'd have to look it up exactly. I think it's about 6 3/4. Got the upgraded tuners on it. Again, sort of painted neck to match the body, more yellow than reddish. She's an absolute beauty. This one, I believe, has a music craft neck on this one. So she's also maneuverable. I really like the neck scale on this one. Lot fun to play. We went back to the hot rod mode here. She cleans up quite nicely there. Beauty, very cool, lightweight, even though it's solid. There's no chambering in this one. Beautiful shaped neck, medium size, not vintage, so slightly bigger than vintage on these. She's a wonderful baby as well. And last but not least, if I believe I still got a minute here, show an interesting telly here that's very cool. Our Telavarius. This has a Seth Lover, I believe, is in the bridge of this one. And I think it has the same neck as that one. Another, so again, Alnico 2, humbucker NP90. And this might also be an Antiquity. I'm going to have to look that up for sure. These are available if you want to get them right away on Reverb, and might be going to some stores as well pretty soon here. But we'll give this one a quick whirl here. Stoptail Tune-O-Matic. I moved the bridge back a little bit. I like the brake angle it provides. String saver saddles on this. This is the coolest thing I've found that I really like. I found a company that makes an aluminum Nashville, which gives you better, obviously, a little more room on the intonation, which is nice. But it has these locking caps, and it has different versions that can have the regular metal nutserts in the body as they normally do a Nashville. But I always like the ABR1 better with the studs, the threaded studs going straight into the top of the body. And then that's what so this one's made to go with the regular studs screwed straight into the body like an ABR1. And the caps on top lock onto that threaded stud, so you're really getting great transfer. And I love the tone of the aluminum. These string savers do save strings and have a nice even harmonic overtones, but lightweight, better transfer that I strongly prefer having the threaded studs right into the body. This is chambered, no F-hole, mahogany body, a little more relic on this one. Teeny bit of figuring in the neck, slightly flamey, again warmed up to match the body color. And so cherry sunburst on top, raised center like a Firebird. This is in the Telavarius family. We also make our Jazzbird, which I call it when you do the raised center on the Jazzmaster body. But this one's very cool. Maybe on 7. fat, which again gives you the more aggressive. Switches, you get a lot of versatility. We work with different guitars, different pickups, and all that sort of thing. Slight brightening. You can go all the way off, plain Jane. Effectively, you're like a super bass, or you wanted to fatten it. Oh, you can just leave the bright switch up on top off. And well, there you go, kids. 3 fine beauties. This has the faux on the flame maple top, the faux maple bonding, which I think has a very cool effect. It's, instead of sunbursted like a Fender, it's more sunbursted like a Les Paul, since we got so much Gibson action going on this baby. A very great beauty. I can't tell you how wonderful she is. Great setups by JR Master Builder Assembler there. And she's a rock and roll machine there. I know a lot of people like the humbucker P90 arrangement. We're happy in any of them. You could switch, put different pickups in them. You want a different neck, whatever. We're a custom shop and happy to make it more to your liking if you don't like the way these have been spec'd out. Plus we can do startup builds, or I should say ground up builds for you from the ground up and get it exactly the way you want it. Well, there you go, kids. That'll do it for another day at the TopHat Temple of Tonology. Goodbye.